Hello and welcome to this video where we'll be going over what you've learned in tutorial 1. In this video we'll be going over how to set up a project, how to make sure all your options are correct within project, how to input all your resources into your resource sheet, and finally how to put all your holidays and constraints into your project. So let's begin. First, when you load up project, it should look a bit like this. For this tutorial, we'll be clicking on blank project. However, in your assignments or other tutorials, we'll be going over how to input all your data that you've put into Excel and inputting it through project. But for now, we'll be clicking on this. As you can see here, this is where you would input all your tasks. In this section, this is where your Gantt chart will appear, and in this section is where your timeline will appear. Before we add any tasks or resources, we must make sure that our options are correct. So firstly, what we need to do is import the correct time that our project actually starts. So what we do is we click on project, we click on project information, and as you can see here, this is the start date. Today is the 9th of October, but our project does not start until the 4th of the 8th of January, sorry. So we must make sure that this is correct. When that's done, you click OK. Next, what we need to do is make sure that all our options behind the scenes are correct. So firstly, what we do is click on File at the top here. We then click on Options. And as you can see here, it brings up a tab where your options, behind the scenes options appear. So first we click on Display. Make sure that our calendar type is the Gregorian calendar. Make sure the symbol, pounds, placement, decimal digits, and currency are correct. That seems good to me. Next, we click on Schedule and make sure that all these options are correct. So make sure that it starts on a Monday, that it starts on the fiscal year in January, what time we start, depending on how you want to run your assignment. You can start at 8, or you can start at 9, or whenever. Make sure that the end times are correct. Make sure that the hours per day are correct. Make sure the hours per week are correct, and the days per month. For now, I'll stick back to 8. But other than that, this all looks good. So we'll click on OK, and all the settings have been saved. Next, we will input all our resources into a resource sheet. All your resources will be your employees and your freelancers that will be working within this project. So to do that, we must click on Resource at the top. We go to Team Planner, make sure you click the arrow, and then you click on Resource Sheet, and this brings up this sheet where you will input all your workers, your employees, and freelancers. So let's start with that. In the resource name, you would import Project Manager, and then it comes up with all the stuff that we need. Work type, work, material, nothing. Initials, to keep this simple, we will go PMA. Group, we must type in employee. Max is 100. Standard rate, since they are an employee, they must have national insurance, so we must look at this option to import our standard rate per year. So the project manager is worth 31,864 per year, and all the rest seemed fine. There is no overtime, there's no cost used, and we move on. So next, there will be lead developer 1. Since there are 2 lead developers, next there will be initials LD1, employee, and their standard rate again. They are an employee, so they must have national insurance. So this will be 36,416. 36,416. Make sure you have the commas, otherwise it would not like it. And again, make sure that is in a year. And then you go on and on until you import all your employees. The same goes for freelancers. As you can see here, you have one freelance videographer. So you type in videographer in here. Work, that's correct. Initials, that is correct. However, in group, we'll type in freelancer. And since they cost 450 per day, we will type in 450 per day. And everything else seems perfect. Since they are not an employee, they are a freelancer, there is no need for national insurance. And you will keep on going until you've inputted all your employees and resources into your resource sheet. Finally, we'll be going over how to add constraints and holidays within your project. So firstly, what we need to do is click on project. Click on this icon, the calendar and clock sign. And this brings up a tab where you can add all your all your holidays and constraints, whatever, into this project. So what we do is we type in the name. So there will be we will type in Easter holiday for the first one. And then what we can do is we use this drop down menu and click on the correct timings, correct dates for the holiday. So our first holiday would be on the 28th of March and finish on the 3rd of April. So this basically allows you to quickly add any holidays without needing to remember what days are on holiday and what days people are working. This also gives you errors if you input work on those days, meaning that it is very obvious that you can work around that. Next will be a bank holiday, so we type in bank holiday 1 since our 2 bank holidays. Again, make sure that they are correct. So Monday the 6th of May, so it will be Monday the 6th of May, and also it would end on the same day. So this just means that this specific day would no one be working. To check this, you can also click on these arrow menus to click on each month, and as you can see, on the 6th of May, no one is working, but on Tuesday, the 7th of May, people are working. And then finally, we type in the final one, and we make sure that this is on the 27th of May. And yep, that seems correct. So now nobody will be able to work on that day. Click OK. And now when we input all our tasks into our Gantt chart, people who are working that day will come up as an error. This will be everything for our tutorial, for tutorial 1. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later.